KemmaTrades. Hallelujah. Fantastic. And your faith. And your faith. Faith. And this. What is it? First of all, I want to thank God. Thank God for the lives of eight. Charlie, you guys are not seeing what I'm seeing. Even the third tier is full. Right? Like full to the brim. Like the people on the third tier, can I hear your voice? Oh, can I hear your voice? Second, can I hear your voice? The whole auditorium, can I hear your voice? Thank you so much to Global GT. Thank you so much to Elvis Justice Official for putting together this wonderful, wonderful event, to help these wonderful people gathered here today. Now, let me just go straight to the point. I just have 15 minutes, so I don't have much time to spend. Now, in today's world, everyone here will agree with me. In a very fast rate. The world is changing at a very fast rate to the extent that if you're an individual and you don't move along with everybody else, you would very soon get obsolete. It means a bag and so I have a carpenter, right? He does really well, but he doesn't have an Instagram page, so nobody knows him. But there is another carpenter that Swinger knows him, Nana knows him. Oh yeah, least mistake on the video, but he has an Instagram page, and more people are patronizing this guy. Why? Because he has taken advantage of the current situation. Into of course, from his business world will move forward. And so let me tell you something. Last week, fuel price was about 10.2. This week is 11. What is the guarantee that next week it's not going to go to 15? It can go to 15 next week. So the only thing that you can do as an individual is for you to beef up your financial status. That is it. Echo 15 and you have the money readily and available to be able to purchase it. You don't talk. Trust me. I've never heard Yao Swinger comment about buying fuel for his Ford Mustang. But on top of another, every 6, about 8, he buys it. Echo 11, he buys it. Why? Because he has taken advantage of the current financial breakthrough and he's running along with it. And he has, been well established through that. Now, there are so many ways that an individual can actually make money through, the financial world. When it comes to the financial world, it's so big. We have the stock market, we have the equity market, we have the bonds market, we have the options market. Please, I have a slide. Can you please project it up there, right? But one of the most advantageous ones is the Forex market. That is the one that I trade. That is the one that I'm well versed in. I want to make me free, Technical team. Okay, I have it here. All right. So Forex trading. What is Forex trading? Basically, Forex means foreign exchange. Every one of us, if you have ever been to a Forex bureau, let me see your hand. Forex bureau. Fantastic. Now, let me just explain Forex in a simple way, this way. You see the Forex bureau, you actually went there for something. You went to exchange currency. You went there so that whatever currency you have, you exchange that currency, for a different currency. So in the first place, it gives off, note that in Forex, we basically trade what? Currencies. Are you with me? Follow me through this, right? If you are taking notes, that is brilliant. In Forex trading, we exchange currencies. You went to the Forex bureau, you got there, you had an initiation. There is someone behind the counter that you got to, and then you made a transaction. You gave the dollar to that person, and the person gave you CD, or you gave whatever currency you have with that person, and the person gave you whatever currency you are looking for. Now, that is Forex. If you have done that before, you have actually indulged in what? Forex. I'll begin. Now, last month, the dollar rate was about 6.9. This is 6.9. Now 7.5%. 7.5. This week, it is 8.2. 8.5. Yeah, 8.5. It means that if someone was holding the dollar last week, this week it has increased in value. And if that person exchanges that, dollar, they make extra money. Are you following me? Are you following me? Awesome. If that person exchanges that amount of money, they make extra cash. I'll be getting. Now that is how we make money on the forex market, basically by exchange. Now forex is quite different from that. Forex is basically electronical. So it means that everything is done electronically. We call it the OTC, over-the-counter market. Everything is electronical. Sitting behind your machine, your laptop, your phone, whatever gadget you have that can download any, like app or be connected to the internet, you can actually have the opportunity to trade what? Forex. Please, you can move on to the next slide, right? And then go along with me. Awesome. The next slide. All right. Now, you sit behind your PCs at the comfort of your homes, wherever you find yourself, provided there's an internet connection, you can actually trade the forex market. Now the broker, the person who was sitting behind the counter when you go to the forex bureau, in the forex market, that individual is called a broker. And in this stance, we are talking about global GT, right? Those who supported for us to have this wonderful event for you all. Now, if I come to the broker is an intermediary, serving like a bank where I deposit my money. This time around, I'm not just depositing the money so that it sits there, I'm depositing the money so that I can use that money to trade the forex market. So if I deposit that fund, now I get the opportunity to be able to trade the forex market through the broker. Please, next slide. Right, I'm going through, so catch up with me. Fantastic. Now, how does the forex market work? It basically has to do with what we call, prices. It is currencies that we are dealing with. Therefore, we are talking about prices. So, price increase, price decrease. You are sitting behind your PC. Oh. Please help me appreciate Happy Forex, Mr. Michael Udo, Talent OG. Oh, please help me appreciate them one more time. Fantastic. Ali, you are welcome to Ghana. Oh, fantastic. No, I am supposed to say Aquaba. I'm supposed to say Aquaba. Yeah, so it's like you are welcome. So what do you say? Fantastic. Wow, that's wonderful. Please appreciate them one more time. Flying all the way from Nigeria, coming to Ghana to bless you wonderful people with the knowledge that they have. Not everyone would give out such an opportunity. It's wonderful. So I was explaining demand and supply. Now the concept of demand and supply is this. Right? We are dealing with prices. Let me use someone as an example. Okay, Nanaya FS is not married. So I'll use Nanaya FS. Nanaya FS, please pardon me. Wonderful gentleman, he's not married yet. Now, let's say that I'm bidding off Nanaya FS because it's my brother, he's getting older and I want him to get married and then, So I'm bidding off Nanaya FS to the wonderful ladies who are in here. But Nanaya FS is quite expensive, So you there, let's start from $10,000. They started from $10,000. Then we assume that everyone in this auditorium has $10,000. Every woman in this auditorium has $10,000. If I say Nanaya FX is going off for $10,000, every lady in the auditorium, we got to wind the pen Nanaya FX for $10,000. Yeah, Nanaya, the top there. Yeah. So now a lot of people are bidding for Nana FX. But Nana FX is a single person going for $10,000. Now, there is more demand. So what do? I increase price. So that the people whose hands are lifted, some of these people will drop their hands. Because they don't have more than $10,000. I'll be happy. Now I increase that to $100,000. Out of all the people up there, I would have a few who still want to go for Nana FX for $100,000. Nana FX is still one person. So let's say we just have 5 people more. Now I increase the price to $1 million. Nobody wants Nana FX for $1 million. Everybody drops their hand. But I still have the stock. I still have the supply. What do? I decrease price. Basically, that is what is happening on the forex market. If you pick one particular asset and you are trading it on the market, the forces of demand and supply apply. The more people want a particular thing, the price of that thing increases. And the more people opt out, and there is what? More supply, they decrease that particular price in order to get people or the demand coming again. That is why Hisense, at the end of the year, you hear them say something like that. To say what? Because they still have stock. They are expecting new stock. How do they get a new stock? They have to push out the old stock in order to make the new stock come. And how do they push out the old stock? They make sure that they reduce the price so that more demand comes in. People clear those old stock. Now new stock comes in. I hope you get it. If you get it, please give it a clap. Awesome, fantastic. Basically, that's what is happening on the forex market. So we are trading currencies. The pound, the dollar, the euro, the Japanese yen, the Canadian dollar, every currency that you can think of. Turkish lira, Mexican peso, some of the currencies you don't even know. If I call someone, okay, let me dash money right now. Which? Russia. No, people know. Guatemala. Let's put it at the end of it, and let's continue. Please, next slide. Awesome. So the forex market is the largest financial market that we have out there. I mentioned a few financial markets that we have out there: the crypto markets, the bonds, equity, stocks market, financial market. Forex market is the biggest and advantageous of them. Why? Because the forex market trades up to $6.6 trillion on a daily basis. When it comes to stock, we have New York Stock Exchange trading about 24.2 billion, Tokyo Stock Exchange trading 7.2 billion, yes, of course. New York 28 billion, equities 191 billion, we have futures 437 billion, none of them matches up to Forex. $6.6 trillion on a daily basis. And your month, it's not a month, it's not a week, on a daily basis. So it means anyone who comes into the forex market has the opportunity to raise some cash out of the market, depending on the fact that you have the right money to tap into it. Please, next slide. Now, we trade forex from Mondays to Fridays. It means Saturdays and then Sundays we are resting off. 24 hours a day. Why? Because it has to do with money. It has to do with economics. When we are talking about money, money is tied to an economy. Like the Ghanaian cedi is tied to what? Ghana. And the USD is tied to what? United States dollar. I had the privilege of watching the charts, between Ghanaian cedi and then the USD just recently. I realized that it's just an uptrend, never coming down. It's a bullish market, as bullish as I am. The newbies in the market, when we say bullish, it means what? Ever going up. And when we say bearish, it means what? Coming down. I'll be there. Awesome. So we have 24 hours because it is a what? We are talking about currency. It is about the entire world. But you and I know that our time zones are different. My time is different from someone else's time. So we have 3 main time sessions in the forex market: the Asian, the London, and the New York. Asian is made up of Frankfurt, Sydney, Tokyo, and then all. Then we have the London, then we have the New York sessions. I'll be getting it. Now, when it is daytime here, 6 a.m. here, it is 6 a.m. in London. And so we have the same time. Unless there is daylight savings, then that brings 1 hour difference. Yes. Now, when it's about 12 p.m. in the afternoon, between 12 and 1 p.m. here, it means that, if you are using the eastern time of the US, then that means they are about 7 o'clock there in the morning. So in afternoon here, that is when they are opening. Now think about it this way. The forex market is being traded by businesses, big banks. So in order for more push to come into the market, right? In order for price to increase and decrease at a fast rate, we need these big companies, these big banks to come in. I'll be getting along with me. Awesome. We need these big banks to come in. Now, when these big banks open, they are the ones that actually push the market because their transactions, coming in are heavy. And these other big financial markets that we have, out there, financial companies that we have out there, like the HSBC, JP Morgans, and all, right? I'll be getting awesome. Now, if it is morning here, I'm trading the London market. Who has ever, do I have some already, people trading on forex market already here? Okay, wonderful. Have you realized that when it's about 12 p.m., 1 p.m., forex market becomes really, volatile, like up and down? Yes. It means that the New York market is what? In. Now the London market is already there. Right? Now we have the New Yorkers also coming in onto the market, bringing in a lot more people who are actually exchanging what? Money. So there's more demand and there's more supply. So at that time, price is what? Just, and then around 4 p.m. we have price, beginning to stable again. Why? Because the Londoners are leaving the market. Their big banks are closing, these financial institutions are closing, they are leaving the market. Please, next slide. Yeah, let's go to the next slide. Alright, so a few interesting facts about the forex market, right? When we talk about forex, we don't have a physical location whereby you can say that I'm going to the New York Stock Exchange. No, forex market, everything is done over the counter, everything is done electronically. So if you have your phone, you have your PC, your laptop. I don't even remember the last time I traded with my laptop or my PC. I'm always on my phone, right? If you have your phone, Ms. Doka said something when we went to Sunyani. She said that if you have a smartphone and you are not using that smartphone to make money, how smart is that? Yeah, how smart is that? I'm on my phone, I will just be pressing and then when I was getting married, I never withdrew a CD from my bank account. Everything was done on like that, and then cash out. I'll be getting. And I did it. My friends can attest to that. I'll be getting. Please, next slide. Now, how do I make money trading the forex market? In the forex market, you are basically doing two things. You are either buying or selling. When you are buying, what you're doing is that you are speculating that particular asset that you're going to buy is going to increase in value. And so you buy it so that when it increases in value, you make money. And when you are selling, it means that you are anticipating that particular asset is going to drop in value. So you are selling so that when it drops in value, you make some money off the market. Awesome. Once you buy, in the forex market, you can actually regulate your risk. It means that if you come into the forex market with $50, $100, you can say that this particular trade that I'm going in, I'm just going to risk $10 out of the amount of money that I have in my trading account. So it's regulated. That is why a lot of people come in and they say, oh, my whole capital has been blown off the market. I'm like, okay, did you set a stop loss? No. Now what is a stop loss? A stop loss take profit is basically an order that you give to Global GT, which is the broker. We are telling Global GT that I am placing this trade here. I am setting this particular level. If I'm wrong, please take me out here, right here. I don't want to go further. And whatever amount of money that I've made, as a loss, take it out of my trading account, leave the rest for me. So that the next time I can come back and have another opportunity. If you set a take profit, what you are telling the broker is that if I am actually right on my speculation, and we are actually supposed to go on a buy or a sell, right? Take me out at this level. Even if the market is going to go further, this amount of money that I've made on the market is enough for me. Take me out here. I don't want to go any longer. I'll be getting. Please, next slide. Fantastic. Now, when do you buy and when do you sell? Now, this is where a lot of people have the problem. You buy and sell in the market based on two things: technical and fundamental analysis. Now, knowing all the basics about the forex market, you still need this knowledge in order to have that technical know-how in what to do in order to or what to expect in order to click the buy or to click the sell. So what do I have to see in order to click a buy or a sell? What do I have to know in order to click a buy or a sell? These are two different categories. Technical analysts are basically people who make speculations based on price movements and on the chart. So they read price movements, they read the chart, and then they speculate what is going to happen next based on what they have seen before happen on the market. Now, when we talk about fundamentalists, these people actually weigh economics. For instance, if I'm trading the pound for the dollar, I'm weighing the pound against the dollar. I'm weighing the economy of the pound, seeing how they are doing with respect to manufacturing, productivity rates, employment rates, interest rates, all of these things. Then, after I'm done, I will now see which one is doing better than the other. So I was telling some people, I was weighing the Ghanaian cedi with the United States dollar, and I was checking which one is doing, better at a particular moment. You'll be surprised. Sometimes, the Ghanaian cedi does better by actually dropping the United States dollar down a bit. There are four main kinds of traders. There are people who are, I would say, impatient traders. The profit should come now. They are the scalpers. I have a friend who is very, very, easily peeved. Peeved means, very angry. Something small can trigger him to get angry. I told him that please, don't even do day trading. Don't do swing trading. You are a scalper. Because the way I was here, if I enter the trade now, by the next 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, it's possible you will get the results there and then. Then we have the day traders. These people trade within a particular day. So if they enter a trade in the morning and the trade is supposed to run the whole day, they don't really mind. But the only thing that they mind is holding the trade overnight. They don't do that. So those are day traders. Then we have the swing traders. Anybody who holds a trade overnight is called a swing trader. Then we have position trading, which has a lot of people holding a trade over a period of time, a long period of time, maybe months and then years. Altogether. Awesome. Anybody can make money on the forex market, wherever you are, whoever you are, wherever you find yourself. It is all about having the technical know-how to be able to know what asset to choose at what time and what decision to make on that particular asset. Alright, please. Awesome. This is the trading app that we use. This is what we call the MT4. On the phone, this is how it looks like. This is the chart, right? This here shows a graphical representation of price movement, the one in the middle. Then we have this here showing the assets that an individual can trade. There are so many assets on the market. Take all the currencies that we have and pair them against each other. You will see that the permutation brings so many up together. Now, of course, when you enter a trade and the trade is running, you see something like, please, next slide. Next slide. Okay, alright, fantastic. Alright. Okay, so please, this has to do with the basics about the forex market. Of course, I cannot use 15 minutes to teach everything that an individual needs to know about the forex market. So there are tidbits in there that has been left out. But nevertheless, I'm here for you. When you want to hit me up so that you know, oh please, appreciate daddy, appreciate mommy, fantastic. If you do not know, that is Elvis Justice's daddy. Yes. Oh, I thought you would stand up. Fantastic. Fantastic. Daddy, we salute you I'll say if you can hit me up on Instagram, you can hit any of my speakers up, and then we'll be ever ready to take you through anything that you want to know about the Forex market. My name is KemmaTrades. If you go on the social media network, anywhere, Instagram, Telegram, KemmaTrades, just send me a message and I will be privileged to reply. Thank you so much.
Oh, do it better. Your clap is stepping. Do it better, do it better, do it better, do it better. I see on stepping. I see who understands stepping. Who has said stepping before? Charlie, Kemma, he doesn't respect you. He said, I want to them. Please, let's appreciate him for the beginner's sake. So that's the introduction to, but let me tell you an interesting thing about Kemma. So when Kemma started Forex trading, honestly, I told him that he will not benefit from it. I said this, but it's me part of Twaso. Hallelujah. Please put your hands together for him. It's a very, very...
Every day we hustle, walk out your phone and didn't hope for myself. Every day we stacking money, double.